Welcome back, Old Legacy. We are so glad that you all decided to join us because we are recording our first annual Passover preparation. Passover doesn't exactly begin until sundown today. So, what we're doing is we're just kind of gathering, cooking, preparing our items together. So we can do our rendition of the Passover. Now, it's just our rendition. It's, like I said, our very first time. We are going off of the scripture in the Bible, if you're familiar with it. Exodus 12 is the chapter if you would like to read more about the Passover. But we're excited to show you all exactly how we celebrated and how we gathered, exactly what we gathered and are having for our Passover meal. So stay tuned. I hope you enjoy it. And yeah, it's our first time, so we're super excited. So we are going to attempt a Passover charoset, if I'm not mistaken, in how to pronounce that. And these are some of the ingredients. It's an apple dessert. Um, these are the ingredients that we had in-house. So we're just going to go ahead and substitute some of the things in order to make it. I think it calls for brown sugar, but we're going to use this organic coconut sugar, honey, cloves, nutmeg, cinnamon. It had kosher red wine, but we didn't have any kosher red wine, so we're going to use the sweet red wine. It also called for walnuts. We're going to use these leftover pecans. It calls for gala apples or something of that sort, and we're just going to use the apples that we have. And we will keep you posted as we go through the process. Yes. Hold on. Now, according to the recipe, you want to try to cut the apples as small as possible. We're starting with this apple slicer because it makes it so much easier to cut the apples. We actually had to go back and peel the apples before we cut them with the apple cutter. But the next step is to slice the apples as small as you can. Dice them as small as you can. The dessert actually is basically diced apples.
Why is it ready?
So the next portion of the recipe calls for chopped walnuts, but we are going to chop up these pecans and put about 3/4 cup into our 3 apple mixture. Okay, good job. Can you hold this? We need 1.5 tablespoons, of raw honey. The next part calls for cinnamon. Go ahead and dump in the cinnamon. About 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. Next we have 3 to 4 tablespoons of sweet red wine.
Black, red, black, red.
We'll do 4, just good. And lastly, there's a dash, or not lastly, but before we mix it, we put a dash of nutmeg. So just a shake, baby. Nope, 1 shake. Did any come out?
Yeah.
Okay. A dash of nutmeg and a dash of cloves. Just 1 shake.
Okay, that's good.
Good job. All right, and now we mix it. Mix it really, really good. And then we'll taste it before we decide whether we're going to need brown sugar, or if we want it sweeter, then we'll add the brown sugar. Okay, so we mixed it, we tasted it. I wish our apples were diced a little bit smaller, but that's okay. And we feel like it's sweet enough for us. So we're not gonna add any brown sugar. But if in fact you needed it sweeter, you could add brown sugar at the end of this recipe. We have to put it in the refrigerator for at least an hour, and then it'll be ready to serve after dinner. We'll let you know how good it is. We begin by putting mini lamb chops, little lamb chops on the grill to keep in ordinance with cooking them by fire according to Exodus 12. We also chose romaine lettuce as our herb of choice for our cedar plates, as well as gluten-free matzah crackers for our unleavened bread. Stay tuned to see what our full plate looks like. Nehemiah is plating our bitter herbs. And adding our crackers. We're still waiting for the lamb to come off the grill. We chose these matzah crackers from Publix. They are approved to be used for Passover and year-round, and they serve as our unleavened bread. Now we are adding our lamb to complete our Seder plate. Hey, Legacy. I hope that you enjoyed our video. This, like I said, was our very first time. We tried to keep it simple so that we can observe the way that we are supposed to observe, but still have fun, be creative, and kind of do it our way. So
It's so
I hope that this video inspired you. Hi, Christian. And I hope that you choose to make